Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Phantom Frequency. I'm your host, Ghostish. I once was dead, but now I'm alive. Here we have, I'm going to go ahead and undeafen a good friend, Gonrag. We're doing kind of like just talking, just chatting, just hitting it up. Yeah. So, oh, no, 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 you're good. What's up, man?
Find yourself? That'd be nice. That'd be nice. Actually, something great just happened before I came and started prepping the stream. I can't wait to tell that story just now. I can't wait to tell that story. It's hilarious what just happened.
Yeah,
Well,
okay.
I consider it hilarious at least. um, but yeah, we both said. I
Yeah,
think we are.
just fixing some scuff.
Yep.
It's always got
In
to
the
be some
meanwhile,
scuff.
yep. You know, there is no streaming without scuff. You know that, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It really just be like that.
So, the great and terrible Matka, I'm gonna introduce my friend here. His name is Ghostish VT. He's a V producer who has been getting better and better and grinding away. And trust me, you gotta hear his stuff, man. Every one of his beats, like just gets better somehow. Like even for my untrained eye, you can hear that, you know. You can hear
Thank
the
you.
determination. um, he's also a really good friend of mine. It's always nice talking to him, and that's why we have him here for the second time now. uh, and yeah, today we're gonna. Honestly, I had a plan, but I don't anymore because I'm careless.
It happens.
um, Yo, Jordan, hello.
Bro,
Oh,
ads.
is it ads?
Unfortunate.
I actually have my ads on the minimum of minimum. Like
So,
I hate.
yeah, when it comes to here's the thing, right? When it comes to ads, like I because I do really really long form streams, like producing, you know what I mean? I'd rather have
Yeah.
long ads, but like less of them as opposed to shorter ads, but more of them. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
That's actually the
So
way to go.
yeah, it is unfortunate, but yeah, sorry y'all.
I mean, you don't have to apologize. We can hear him, but what?
Do you
Still don't hear his
have?
phone. Wait, properties.
I
Let's.
have desktop audio, but I'm using desktop audio.
Okay, should be better now.
Hello.
No cap take.
No cap,
Okay,
take the L
Weaves.
weaves. Yeah, I need to fix that. But you guys can
so
hear it.
what about now? Like you said, always
Hello,
the scuff.
hello. Yeah, dude, always scuff. There's always scuff. It just kind of is what it is. You know what I mean?
Yep. No streaming without it, man. Jesus is king.
Amen,
Jesus is
dude.
king, my friend.
Amen, amen. Absolutely.
Actually, the story I'm about to tell, one I just teased, it involves that matter too. It actually involves that too. Man. But yeah, so let's get into it. So there's one thing that I remember that Georgian Conrad, bro, really right now. So I have this redeem where they can redeem this and I basically become Georgian for my native language, and I have to speak 10-20 seconds of Georgian. Oh my god, bro. Neutral яриeder დამსნაური ჩემს მე ქართულად რო ლაპარაკობ თან კოლაფში. ნეტა რა ეს ხა აი მაგას ვფიქრობ ახლა. I was just wondering, like, when you hear Georgian, what do you hear?
Um,
The reading says 1 minute. 1 minute. I could swear
I
that it
thought
was
it
about
it
20
sounds like Russian, but I don't know the language.
Russian.
I don't know the language very well. So,
Well, I mean, it does have some connection to Russian. Okay, well, I gotta go back to Georgia now for a minute, I guess. I don't know, man.
I'm dead.
Abi kartolda tweets'ira ვილაპარაკოთ ანაი ქართული კონტენტი არ მაქვს. არა ვილაპარაკებ. მაგრამ ბიჭო დღეს იმენა დღეს კი არა ეხა სანამ მოვიდოდი მე გოგო გავიცანი და თან რა ასისტი მქონდა აზი არა ხარ და ადამიანიც არ იყო ასისტი ვინ გამიგეთა.
Okay, it doesn't really sound Russian now. It sounds more, I don't know. It's different now. See, I'm finally
Okay.
back again after being banned from Twitch for a week, spreading the gospel and telling them that being gay is a sin and telling them that Jesus loves them. That's tough, man.
Let's go, my man. Let's go.
That's great.
I
I mean, it sucks that you got banned, right? That's tough that you got banned. That
I'd
sucks.
consider it honored. I'd be happy if I got banned for like faith. I'd be like, let's go.
Yeah, I mean, like the whole thing about the whole thing. The whole thing about like I don't know. I'm sure you've seen it, but a whole bunch of like Christians. There's like a divide between Christians when it comes to signing that or like giving your email or like signing up for the Christian Twitch thing that pastor that one pastor was trying to do, right, and being on that list. And I was just like, bro, like. If they ban it, dude, if they ban us, they ban us. Like,
if you're gonna come after me, do it. I ain't scared of you. Do it. I'm right here.
there's other platforms. Don't get me wrong. Like, my main following is on Twitch. Like, I do most of my stuff on Twitch. It would suck, you know what I mean, to get banned. And like, I'm just being real. Like, it would suck. But at the same time, it's just like God provides. You know what I mean? Like God provides. Like it's not really a big deal. So yeah, like I'm not really
I know.
scared.
I'm kind of in the same boat with you. Like, if I were to like go much more into my thoughts, it's more like I started on Twitch when it comes to streaming. And I did start on Twitch, and it's been a while since I've been streaming on Twitch. I've been grinding away at this. Like most of my friends, like everybody who I collab with and stuff, they're on Twitch. So me being banned on Twitch or having to make a new account will be a lot of hassle. But at the same time, if it's for that reason, let it be. Like that's kind of my stance.
Yeah, I mean it is what it is at that point. Like Christians are obviously very much persecuted. So you know, it's at this point where I mean, and being for me being in America, it's just like what's the worst persecution that we have so far compared to what's actually going on in the world is like nothing.
Yeah.
So
you can't even complain because like,
no, yeah, absolutely.
We actually got it good compared
Yeah.
to like Africa or like Sudan or like stuff like that, you know?
I agree. Yeah.
We actually got it good. We got very, very good. Honestly, most of the time I'm actually being celebrated for my faith, like
That's good.
instead of being persecuted.
Mm-hmm.
And that is because my country is mostly Christian, which I'm very thankful for. And yeah, like nobody contests my faith, even if they are not in the faith themselves. Like nobody really contests it.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, Matt's asking how is being gay a sin? Well, I mean that's actually not a big matter, right? You wanna answer that, Ghosters? If you want, or I can do it.
Either or doesn't matter. I mean, like if you want to start, and then I can, you know.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely
can
gonna be the
both
same
touch it.
thing we say because we both say it from the Bible.
Yeah.
But I mostly talk from the King James. I think that's how it's
All.
called in English.
Yeah. I mean, all translations are Holy Spirit led. All legitimate translations are Holy Spirit led.
Yep.
So I mean, like it's King James, New King James, NLT, NIV. It's the same thing. I would
Sometimes
just
they confuse me.
yeah, I would definitely. I know this is a bit of a tangent, but I would probably err on caution when you're reading like paraphrased Bibles translations or paraphrased translations that come across as like legitimate translations, like the Message, for example, is more of a paraphrase rather than like thought for thought or word for word translation. But I digress. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna simply say that God, in God's eyes, how it's meant to be is that marriage and even sex is a holy thing that's supposed to happen between man and a woman when they come into union under Holy Spirit, and that's that. Anything outside of that is sinful. Although many people who know it better would go into that a little better, but that's kind of like a surface level thing, to just say how it is.
Yeah, I mean, essentially, God created man and woman, um, and He created them to procreate. And our commandment in Genesis was to uh, like be fruitful and multiply. Um, and even it's not just an Old Testament thing. Even in the New Testament, um, Paul says like those who practice um, homosexuality, those who practice sexual immorality. So it's not just homosexuality; it's sexual immorality. Um, those who I can pull up the verse actually. Um,
Yeah, Great and the Terrible says acting on homosexual inclinations is a sin. Both Old and New Testament confirm that man laying with a man,
yeah.
as with woman, is abomination. True.
Let's see. I know I
Fact.
have 1 Corinthians.
And it's kind of odd to see too. 1 Corinthians.
Boom. Yes, it works.
Yo, Sergey, welcome,
Okay.
welcome.
Cool. 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 Cool.
As you
Cool.
can see, I went being to a VTuber again. No more face cam for now. Uh, yeah, I'm joined with my friend today, Ghostish, who's a producer
Hello.
and a good friend of mine.
So yeah, right here in my bot thing, it says, "Do you not know that the wicked will not inherit the kingdom of God? Do not be deceived. Neither the sexual immoral, nor idolaters, uh, nor male prostitutes, nor homosexual offenders, shall inherit the kingdom of heaven." It didn't complete it because I didn't. But yeah.
Yep. It's simple as that. That, like, those couple lines that ended the conversation there, man. Like, there's that, and like,
I wonder how far it
it's good to
goes.
study beyond that, but when it comes to like
Yes.
why being gay is a sin, like,
Nine.
that's what is to it, like, just don't, it's bad.
Oh, I
Once a
spelled it
face cam,
wrong.
always a face cam. Well, I guess I can go back now. Like, if somebody wants to see my face, they can just go back to my past streams.
Boom. There we go.
But yeah, what I wanted to ask you, Ghostish,
Yes.
um, since our last collab, it has been quite a while. I
Hmm.
actually don't know how long.
It's been
I
a minute.
haven't counted.
It's
Yep.
been months. It hasn't been like a year or anything like that because I've only been streaming since February. So,
Yeah. Maybe 2 months. Maybe.
longer than that.
Really?
Definitely longer than 2 months. Yeah.
4?
Um, I feel like it might be longer than 4. If it
Damn.
feels, I could be wrong. I could be wrong. It feels so much longer. Um, but that's because so much has happened this year, man. For me, like it's yeah. I don't. Time kind of
I
just
mean,
melts
we
together.
yep, we really don't have to count that because it's gonna take us a while if we do. But yeah, it's been a minute, like you said. You even got the eye tattoos now, that I've noticed. They're looking super good.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. Let's see if I can actually zoom in here. There we go. You can actually. They're music notes. There's a bass clef and a music note right here.
Oh
So,
man, look at that.
yeah. I drew these in on Vroid. Um,
Wait, for real?
yeah, dude, it took me like 40 minutes or 45 minutes cuz I was using a mouse. Thank you so much for the lyric, Jordan. Appreciate it. Um, So yeah, I was using a mouse and I was just like trying to draw it in,
No
undoing it.
confidence.
No. Yeah. So
Yeah. So I want to ask you about your music, actually.
okay.
Like I told you, I've been kind of seeing it around,
Oh, thanks, man.
and it's getting better and better, right? It's like constantly blowing my mind because like, oh man, this is good, this is good. Comes like
Oh man,
next
thank you.
2 3 weeks, I hear another one and like I'm like, what the heck? How does it get so much better? And I want to ask you about that. Like, how do
Sure.
you
Yeah.
go about it? Like, what's your process like from then to now? Like,
Uh,
how do you manage to like improve so fast? Like,
um.
is it the talent?
No. Well, I mean, here's my thing about talent, right? Um, it's never talent. And this is actually a really cool quote. I don't know who actually coined it, but I heard it from another friend of mine, Chombles, who's another VTuber, and a music producer as well. But he says it's never talent until it is. And what I mean, what we mean by that is like look up my if you look up my first tracks on SoundCloud, they're awful. But
I understand that.
here's the thing, like my goal wasn't to only put out good music. My goal was to start a music journal and a music journey that people can follow, for someone who one started later in life, and two had no music experience prior to starting production. And my goal was basically to prove that like anyone can do it and it's not too late to start. And so, um, what I mean by it's not talent, it's never talent until it is that you everyone always like when you watch someone who's been playing piano for 20 years, right? Or someone who's been producing for 20 years, and you're just like, "Oh my gosh, they're so good." You know, they're so talented. You know what I mean? But what we don't see is the hard work and dedication that they put in for those 20 years, right? Um, and so when it comes to, I mean, and I'm not trying to like brag or, be arrogant or anything, because I still think my music needs so much more improvement. But
Right there, that's what I mean. This guy is amazing, and he's still like, more improvement. We need more
no,
improvement. Like the dedication,
because
bro.
think here's the thing. Like I see like my limitations, right? Or rather than see, I both see and hear my limitations. And then I listen to other people like Exophonic, Stellaria, who are other music producers. Then I listen to like big names like Snail's House, Twin Tails, and I'm just like, yo, this is so crazy. They're so good. You know what I mean? But like everybody has their own journey. You know what I mean? And so for me, like it, I I'm confident in the fact that I worked hard to improve. For I think for 1 year, for producing for less than a year, I think that I've improved exponentially. And to answer your question earlier about how I did it, it really is just putting in the reps. You know what I mean? Doing the research and doing the practice. Like I for the entire since I started in December last year, and then I released my first track in January. When January started, I had a goal to start, finish, and post on SoundCloud a track per week. It didn't matter if it was good. It didn't matter if I liked it. What mattered is I finished it and I posted it on SoundCloud.
Consistency, right?
Yeah, consistency and feedback. Feedback is super important. Um, I went on other Discord servers for music producers, and I straight up like I posted my track and was just like, hey, looking for feedback. Like, what can I do? How can I improve? I networked. Um, I joined other producer discords and built relationships with other producers like Exophonic, like Stellaria, and I got feedback from them personally. I went to music feedback streams, like Big Jebba, one of my favorite music feedback streamers, because he has like over 20 years of mixing experience and he gives feedback for free on Twitch. Um, and so I did all of this and I made 22 weeks uh, for 22
That's a lot.
tracks. Yeah, that's still a lot, you know what I mean? It's not the full year like I planned, but life happens and that's like half a year ish kind of. Um, and so, you know, it's really all about putting in the reps and just and getting good feedback and acting on that feedback. So,
You know, that what you just said, it just shows me how much you were willing to like give your well, at this point it's not even a hobby, it's just your thing.
well, yeah, I mean, it's still kind of a hobby. I think that like it just like streaming is a hobby. I think music is kind of a hobby at the moment. I'm working towards making it not a hobby. But I would consider myself an amateur still. I don't get paid for this. I don't, you know what I mean? Like it's still a hobby. You know what I mean? Legally speaking, it's still a hobby. Tax wise, you know what I mean? Like I can't write anything off. So yeah.
No, no. So I'm just gonna label it as something you love, right?
Hmm.
And it just shows me how much you're willing to dedicate your time to something you love, right? It's how much you're willing to like you said, putting those reps, putting those sets, work hard, like push through the laziness, the
Mm.
thought on the back of your head, like maybe I could be in a bed for a little longer. Maybe I could take a stroll. Maybe I could play, instead of doing this. Maybe I could just chill. I don't feel
Hmm.
like doing it, but no, you still did it. You still went through with it. For 22 weeks straight, you did not give in to anything. And even after those 22 weeks, I remember when I think you tweeted it, right?
Mm.
That there were some circumstances which didn't allow you anymore to continue track per week.
Yeah.
So it's not even like that you didn't want to, you couldn't. And
Yeah.
if you
It
could, you
got
would.
really hard. Yeah. If I could, at the time, I would. But I also think it was like perfect timing because I was getting to a point where a week wasn't enough time for all the things that I learned that I wanted to implement because I went from like unconscious incompetence, right? So like I don't know what I don't know and I don't know what I'm doing. Um, and then I went from unconscious incompetence to conscious incompetence, where it's just like, okay, now I have to I know I'm incompetent and I need to try to fix this, right? And then now I went from conscious incompetence to conscious competence, right? And at this level is where it's just like, okay, I know what I need to do. It's no longer that I don't know what I have to do. It's now I know what I kind of have to look for and I know what I have to do. And so now I can focus on polishing and like quality as opposed to quantity, right? Um, and then so right now I'm still in conscious competence phase, I feel like, with a mix of like unconscious incompetence in terms of certain aspects like some mixing or there's so many layers to music production, but um, eventually I want to get to a point where you reach the final stage, which is unconscious competence, where you just unconsciously know what to do and you just do it. And so when it comes to that, it's I had to focus more on quality because now like what I was pumping out, uh, could be improved, right? So I learned like kind of like the foundational aspects of music production in a sense. Um, and so now it was time to build on that foundation, if that makes sense.
It does, it does. Uh, so going off of that, right? I remember last time you told me that you're when it comes to genres, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're more into lo-fi dubstep, right?
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask you, going off of like in your current stage right now,
Mm.
obviously a lot of change since the last time we talked. Right now, would you consider going into other genres and trying them out? For example, like hip hop or just pop, like even K-pop.
Mm-hmm.
Like what do you think about doing them? What's your stance on these genres? And would you see yourself actually getting into them?
So I enjoyed lo-fi and like I like dubstep. But those aren't the only genres that I really enjoy. I love Kawaii Future Bass, which is the reason why I'm producing it now. And I love J-pop. There's um, I do see myself branching out. I have been experimenting a little bit with like more bass heavier sounds. Uh, I would love to make dubstep eventually. I would love to make uh, heavier bass music in the future and be overall like kind of versatile. Um, my goal I would love to make J-pop. I would love to like God willing, I would love to make Christian J-pop because I
Oh,
really do
that would
think
be so
Japan needs
sick.
Jesus. Yeah, 100%. And I think that like um a lot of J-pop songs are like they're bangers, but the lyrics are so sad. um,
It seems like a theme at this point.
yeah, yeah. So a lot of their lyrics are like really, really sad. But the beat is like so good. It's so like it's very unique to J-pop, and I love the sound of it. So I would love to like God willing, make Christian J-pop there, but in terms of like hip hop and I don't really see myself making hip hop. Um, maybe in the future. I mean, like I do see myself making like bass heavier, so like trap. Um, but hip hop, like maybe if it was like New Jobbies style. I'm not sure if you know who New Jobbies is, but basically I would say that he kind of him and Jay Dilla kind of were like the founders of lo-fi.
Oh,
Before
that
lo-fi was even
the
like
lo-fi for me is a very foreign subject.
yeah, so lo-fi basically just means low fidelity. Um, but which has that like like that tape cassette tape sound or that static kind of in the background or like that it just like sounds low quality but on purpose. um Whereas like the type of genre of what lo-fi was before it became lo-fi is kind of like jazzy hip hop beats, basically like
Mhm.
jazzy hip hop. I highly recommend you check out, like if you like hip hop, I highly recommend you check out Nujabes. Nujabes is sick. Rest in peace. He died very very young. But he I so yeah. Anyway, to answer your question, I do see myself maybe making like Nujabi style esque music or influenced music, um, but straight hip hop beats or like probably not. Maybe I'd be down to maybe learn, but as of right now, I still have so much to learn. You know what I mean? So it's kind of hard to branch out in
Yeah,
different
no,
genres.
definitely. I respect it, of course. I was kind of hoping you'd say yes because I was like, I want to commission a hip hop.
Yeah.
I I was like, say it. But it's okay. I mean, I do respect your dedication, and it's great that you see yourself, actually like going into different directions because I
Hmm.
think that's what makes in any profession or any hobby, that's what makes someone great, right? Trying out different things, finding your style, and who knows, you might even discover something that you enjoy more than anything else that you didn't think you would, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Uh, Obviously, I don't understand the process as much as you do. I've only dabbled a little. For now, I have abandoned it. But I'm definitely coming back, though. I'm definitely coming back. I just need that little, time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm definitely gonna be there one day, and I'm actually looking forward to like maybe one day sharing my beats with people who do this like do beats themselves, kind of like
Mm.
yourself, like like it would be so fun, like being
Absolutely.
like, well, I made this today, and like show me yours, and like we just review each other's beats and like try to give like a little criticism here and there, and
Hmm.
point out what's good, what's bad, help each other. Like I find that so fun and so great that that alone makes me want to start. And me being an artist myself, well, I haven't debuted as an artist yet, but I um, makes me like pushes me towards this type of things on its own. I'm kind of losing myself here since I'm going in so many different directions with the conversation.
Oh, no worries.
it, it always happens like this, man. Like I say one thing and then 10 other things come to mind, and I'm suddenly lost. Like where was I? Sorry, what was I saying? Like a grandpa. But yeah, so uh, exactly what I said. I'm trying to remember what I was going to ask you just now. It's, um,
We were
yeah,
talking about
midstream stuff.
it happens. We were talking about like music producers, sharing your music with other producers, getting feedback.
Yeah, right. So, uh, I want to ask one thing, and this is a critical thing like, because for me this matters a lot, right?
Mhm.
um, you mentioned Njabis, right?
Mhm.
So, like, who would you say were like top people, like who inspired you, like so much to like get into this so much and love your craft so much? Like, who inspired you like that?
Mm. That's so um Snail's House was definitely one who inspired me to get into Kawaii Future Bass because he is kind of like I would say he was the founder of Kawaii Future Bass before Kawaii Future Bass was even a thing. He just made Kawaii music. But honestly, the people who pushed me in my opinion to actually take this step to start music production was this band, this J rock band. Um, as actually I think it's they're a band, but it's mainly one person who is the face of the band. Her name is Manami, and she actually does the uh let's see, she does the the anime opening for, I think it's called Domestic Girlfriend, which I've never
Oh my
seen.
Oh my god, not the domestic
Yeah, I've
girl.
never seen and I refuse
I
to watch
love
it.
that so
Why?
much. I love that intro so much.
Oh,
Are
the
you
intro
kidding
is
me? I would
good, right?
blast that and
Yeah.
sing it. I would I would kill my throat singing that song,
Dude,
even though I
it's a
couldn't
good
speak one
song.
word of it.
That anime doesn't deserve that song. I'm just saying,
I actually read
like
the whole manga, by the way, twice.
twice is crazy.
It's actually good. Besides all
The
all
craziness going
the
on, yeah.
things.
Yeah.
But yeah, that manga is actually so good.
Yeah,
Like, you do you know Gigok on YouTube?
yes. I do.
He talked about that. He
Yeah.
talked about it on Trash Taste episode, and he was
That's
like,
so
"It's so good.
funny.
The manga is so good." And the Sidok VA and the anime man, Joe, they're like, "No, that's trash, bro. Why are you reading it?" It's like, "No, it's actually good. You're just gonna get past all the trash stuff, man." And
You
I was like that.
get past all the trash stuff.
Yeah, like you just kind of have to overlook a couple of things,
That's so
and
crazy.
you
Oh.
kind of don't have to mind a couple of things because it is really sex oriented, but then the story actually gets good, which makes me feel guilty for liking it. The drama and the stuff
Oh
that
my
everything that
gosh,
happens
dude.
actually like I I actually like that, and the fact that I do, I feel guilty because it's such a it's such a horny trash. Man, I'm gonna,
Well, I mean, when I was younger, before I came to Christ, there were a couple manga that I was just like, oh man, like it's very smutty, but it's the story is like intense. It's very, very like drama filled. Like, yeah, I couldn't recommend them now, but I've had my fair share of just like, oh wow, this is like such a good story. You do have to kind of
yeah,
look through, you know what I mean?
yeah, definitely. I'm in the same boat. There's like one that I remember to this day, because I started reading that for a certain reason, right?
Mm,
But after like 20 chapters, I was so invested in the story, I was skipping everything that involved, the horny stuff,
yeah.
and I was going to the story. And then I kind of felt stupid at that too, because I was like, "Wait, you're reading manga centered around that, and you're skipping that part." But the main character actually starts developing. He actually focuses on himself, and he's like actually trying to improve. He cuts off people, and it's like actual plot somehow. The ones that my favorite isekais lack.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Yeah, there are like,
Pain, bro.
well, I mean, I guess when it comes to, see, here's the thing though, you don't need ecchi stuff to tell a good story. Like it's not necessary. You can even if you include it, you could fade to black. Like it's not necessary to be detailed about it. The reason
Yeah, I
why
actually found a
people,
censored version once,
oh
and
yeah, I
I
mean,
continued with that.
yeah, like honestly, like it, you can tell a good story without having to have sex in it. It's not necessary. I
Oh yeah,
think
most definitely.
I think I mean obviously like in this world like it sells though. So I mean, but
Yeah, that's
yeah.
actually the sad part of it, in my opinion, because in our time, right?
Hmm.
Art, any form of art, actually, it's just so saturated. There are like so many good people out there, so many professionals who make you look like a beginner no matter how much time you put in.
Hmm.
And these people who actually put years and like sweat and blood into this, they feel so overshadowed. They feel like they have to go into this, they have to lower themselves to smut
Hmm.
stuff, to just get
Yeah.
by or to get themselves out there and get themselves recognized. And I see like a lot of mangas, right? Fan
Hmm.
service, for example. Like all the mangas have fan service, and then like you can sometimes tell how forced it is. You can tell how
Hmm.
much even the author doesn't like it, but like he feels that he has to. And I find that actually very sad and very heartbreaking because we live in the world where that actually happens. But I do pray that they find their I pray that they find God, because when you find God, all of that goes away.
Yeah. It really does. Right. It's crazy, man. Like and I have no problem like talking about the heavier stuff, but like I was addicted for a long time, and once I gave myself to Christ and I was just like I I want to be free from this stuff. It like he granted it to me, and so like I'm so blessed. But here's the thing: you have to want to be free from it. You have to want to give it up. You know what I mean? And I mean it. Here's here's the crazy thing, right? So a lot of the world is just like, oh, why would I want to have, why would I want to give myself to Christ or whatever, or like follow God? That sounds like slavery or whatever. Here's the thing, like, you will either be a slave to your flesh or you will be a slave to God. But when you're a slave to God, you have so much more freedom, and that's the paradox of Christianity, right? Is lust feels like freedom until you try to stop. And then
Exactly.
now
Yeah,
when
I
you
was
try
about
to
to say that.
stop, they're chains. That's when you realize, when you finally try to stop, that's when you understand that they're chains. Lust is chains. Like
I
sin is
actually like
chains.
I actually have this one thing. I'm gonna have to remember it like fully. I'm just gonna start and hope I remember it fully.
Mhm.
There's this thing where like there's a golden cage with everything you want inside it, right?
Mhm.
And lust is kind of like that. You're sitting in a cage. You have everything you want until you start to want to be free, and then you want to be free. That cage starts to feel like a more like a prison
Mhm.
than the place you want to be in it now. And now it really is a cage. It becomes a cage, and that's how lust is, right?
Yeah.
Uh, until you decide that you don't want it anymore, it feels like it's everything you want. It feels like you're having fun, your release, if you could say it in a way, right?
Mhm.
But then you're like, I want to get better, and suddenly nothing. You're tied down.
Yep.
You're you're trapped in this prison now, and only way out, only way is through God. And
Yeah.
I actually have one more thing about this. I read this somewhere, I think on TikTok or Instagram. Um, it's funny how many wise people actually post on that, but I think they actually took it somewhere else too. So there's this prisoner, and he's about to be killed, right? He's in
Hmm.
the death chair, and he's trapped, and he's yelling, he's begging, somebody please save me, get me out of this. And an officer, police officer, the guard, you could say, whatever, right? Who cares? Comes in and opens him up, and it's like, come on, follow me, I'll get you out of here. And the prisoner is like, no, this chair is actually comfortable. I want to sit for a while. And the guard leaves, right?
Mhm.
He says, follow me, and if you want to follow me, I'm going, right? And this guy stays and sits in this chair, and eventually nighttime comes, and he gets killed in a chair. And that's, I mean, I guess you could connect the dots
Yeah. Yeah.
on who is who. We are in the chair, and the guard is Jesus, obviously.
Mhm.
And if we actually want to be free, we have to give up that comfort of the chair, right? We
Mhm.
cannot just keep sitting in a chair that's gonna kill us eventually.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
follow Jesus, because you're gonna find a much more comfortable place than a desk chair. Yeah, I mean, yeah, there are a lot of wise people out there, and I'm glad to come across this stuff. Because right now I wouldn't be able to say this if not for that random guy posting it on TikTok. But yeah, I'm glad that I became I no, I didn't become a Christian. I came to Jesus. That's the thing.
Mhm.
I'm not a Christian in his like I'm not religious. I'm a child of God. Like that's one thing that I find weird, right? They have to like
Mhm.
label stuff. But like I mean there's not really labels, right? From like the start of time, we were just always children of God. It's not a religion, it's not something you get into like or I mean I meant in like a fun way, like you don't like get into it like a fun thing.
Mhm.
It just has been since the start of time. We have always been God's children and will be, no matter what we choose. So no matter what, if we choose to walk the narrow path or the wide one, we are God's children either way, right? And that's why like I find it weird when like I say I'm religious. No, I just
Well,
love my father. That's
yeah, I
it.
wouldn't really say so far that like, oh, like I'm religious. Like I don't consider myself religious at all. Like I don't, to me, religious is like praying X amount of times a day, like doing this, doing that, and it's just like those are all behavior
Following a set of rules.
modifications. Yeah. Um, Whereas like being a Christian just basically means a follower of Christ, and being a follower of Christ means that you want a relationship with God. You want a relationship with Jesus. It's not I gotta follow these rules. You know what I mean? But once you have a relationship with Jesus, all of that like behavior modification isn't behavior modification. It's a change of heart. So Felon, what's up, dude? Freedom is not bashing any key on your piano and call it music. Freedom is knowing how the piano works and how music works and choosing from a limited boundary of possibilities or expanding on it. Outside that is chaos, and chaos is not freedom. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, even in music, you can see it
Sure
too.
does.
Yeah.
Actually, kind of expanding on what you just said, right? I
Mm.
remember first time I came to like, well, yeah, first time I decided to like actually pick up my cross, if you could say.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I opened my prayer book, right, and I would pray in the morning, in the night. I even started praying before food, and things started feeling like a chore.
Mm.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Um, well, not anymore, obviously, but
Right.
it started feeling like a chore. Then I was like still learning it. I was changing my media around me into like Christian media, and I was learning all the
Mm.
different things that you have to like fasting, praying, going to church all on the weekends, and like not doing this, and I was like, ah, you know, I kind of don't want to,
Mm.
and I almost had that thing where you kind of go back and like you drop your cross once more, I guess, you know.
Yeah.
I almost had that thing, but I mean, God, you know,
Yeah.
he works, man. You just have to try a little, and then he's there to lend you
Yeah.
a
He
hand.
does the
And
rest. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, the rest is history at this point. I joined this community. I found so many good friends, including you. Um, it is late, really late at night, but sometimes I join on Bible readings. I go to church whenever I can, but man, these days it's so hectic. I actually haven't been there in a while. I'm
Yeah.
planning to really go these days, but man, job.
Yeah. No.
Like
Absolutely.
I anything that actually makes me feel guilty. I feel like I'm putting God off for job and yeah,
So
leaves a bad taste.
something I don't remember. I watched a video. So a pastor was talking about how like a lot of people say like, yeah, put God first, right? But then here's why you're setting yourself up for failure when you try to put it's semantics, but if you change the way that your frame around this, I think it'll be much easier for people to kind of not feel so shameful and guilty because there's no guilt, there's no shame in Christ, right? And so guilt and shame doesn't come from God, it comes from Satan. um, and so if you try to put God first, right? So what does that look like to people? Oh, going to church. Oh, spending time in the Word. Oh, praying. You know what I mean? Like if you do that and then life happens like it inevitably does. Let's say you get married, you have kids, someone gets sick. It's like someone important to you gets sick. Like all of these things, your job, right? And then now you don't have time to spend to and to do the things that you think or that we think um like I guess checks the box, right, for spending time with God, right? So
Yes.
now you feel burdened. Now even though Jesus said my burden is light, now you feel guilty and shame, even though there's no shame and guilt in the freedom of Christ. And so there's this paradox going on within you, and you're just like, what do I do? There's this conflict. But the way that he explained it was this: stop putting stop trying to quote unquote put God first. Like if you have a drawer, right, and you put God in the top drawer, right, but then you have kids, so now it's like your kids get put in the top drawer, or your new job gets like floods you with time, so now you have to put time or your time in your job in the top of the drawer. Instead of trying to put God in the top drawer, just make the drawer, just make sure your drawer is God filled. And what I mean by that is that instead of trying to put God first, put him in the center of your life. You know what I mean? And so when you put him in the center of your life, and again, like it's semantics, but if you change the way, it helps some people, it helped me anyway, because if you change the way that you frame it and the way that you think about it, it helps. And so when you put God in the center, now it's like, it doesn't matter what is quote unquote first, God will always be in the center of that, right? So like, let's say you have a kid. Yeah, you have to take care of your kid. Yeah, you might not be able to spend time with it, but you can have conversations with him, which is praying. That's praying without ceasing, is just acknowledging his presence. Acknowledging that he is always there with you, having a conversation with him, even when you're taking care of your child. You know what I mean? Because you can think, you can talk, you can multitask doing that, right? While you take care of your child, while you're at your job, while, you're doing all these other things. And that's having him be the center of your life, which I think is a lot more vital and a lot more doable, you know what I mean, than trying to put certain things that you think will get you closer to God first, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something that
I actually
helped
have
me.
a little funny story about that. So, talking to God, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I do love talking to God. I
Mm.
actually just love holding conversations like, yo, what up? you know?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I hear that kind of thing where honestly, it does make me feel a little closer, if I just treat him like he's really close to me, because that's what we're supposed to do, right?
Absolutely.
So, prayer is prayer, obviously, but it does have that certain feeling where you're kind of distanced, right? I mean, don't get me wrong, but it like kind of distances you. But when I talk to God in my own way after prayers, um, I just feel like in a friendly way. I'm talking to
Mm.
him, and one day I'm coming back from work. It's a overnight shift, as always, and I'm so exhausted. And my church is actually closed. So instead of going home, I take a left turn and I go to church. I go into church.
Mm-hmm.
I do the usual things you go into church. The Orthodox things like I don't know if you want know the Orthodox church. Man, what it's called in English? That word. You get what I'm saying, right?
I mean,
Things
or
that you do when you go inside.
yeah, I grew up Catholic, so I kind of understand like the kind of you're talking about, like more of the traditional types of things, or is that kind of what you
Yeah,
mean? Yeah.
there's when you go into Orthodox church, there's always two icons in the middle that you
Mm.
go and first you kiss, then you put your forehead on it.
Okay, yeah,
Uh,
yeah. So more of the like traditional type of things.
yep,
Yeah.
yep. So I do that, and I actually stand there for a while. I think good solid 10 or 15 minutes. I just stood there looking up.
Mm.
Then I just start talking out of nowhere. I even surprised myself there. I start talking, and I just ramble, man. I don't know. I just feel like when you're with your friend, you're kind of drunk, and you just tell him everything. Kind of like that, but I was really
Yeah.
sleepless. So I was just spouting everything that came to my mind. You're still not hiding anything if you don't say them, but it's still like just
Yeah.
pouring it all out.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
at some point, I kind of go into this little rage moment where I'm like, you know how I've been, right? I'm talking to God in this, like,
Mm-hmm.
you know how I've been, right? You know what I'm doing, right? And I had this expectation, and I'm saying this in a way that like I can say it in English and not make it too long.
Mm-hmm.
This like I'm not saying it word for word. That I had this expectation, and I was not waiting for it like little time or long time. I was willing to give it as long as it took. But then is there really such a thing? Like not that like it feels like not that I was doubting if he would give me something that I wanted. I was doubting if there was such a thing because what I wanted was freedom, but in a hardworking way.
Mm.
I don't know how to explain this. Like, you know how you hold a job, but it's not really a job, and you're free and you have time for everything that you want, but you also got a job that you spend a lot of time in. Like, kind of impossible thing, right?
You're basically describing financial freedom, where you own your own. Well, the way that's usually accomplished is either through you own your own business and your business works for you, basically, some sort of passive income, so like
No, not even
stocks
like
or
that.
okay.
Not even like that. It's more like, um, okay, I'm failing miserably to put this in correct words. um, so like you still got a job that you
Mm,
go to and you enjoy. You spend average amount of time there, like
okay.
you usually do at your job,
Mm-hmm.
but then you have time for everything else.
Oh,
And something like that only comes if you enjoy everything that you do.
fair.
So
Yeah.
what I was asking him is basically no trouble, all good, all nice, all great. That's what I want. That's clear.
uh,
No more going back. And then I was like, wait, is there such a thing? Because that kind of life, when I start to think about it, seems kind of weird, doesn't it? Because
it
that feels like you're in like a white cube. Like, how do I put this? It doesn't feel like freedom. It
mm,
feels like an illusion.
it's not possible on this life here on earth, um because you will always have hardships. Even the Bible says that you will have hardships.
Hmm.
um I think maybe so something like that, like you're going to have hardships in life no matter what. It's inevitable, but what how you respond to those hardships, I think is might be, and correct me if I'm wrong, but it might be what you're looking for. um and what I mean by that is even in the hardships you still have joy.
Yeah, that's actually what I was gonna say. Because you know how I mentioned there is like a white box and it seems perfect, but it's really like a trap where you cannot. Well, if you're in a life where it's perfect, you cannot go anywhere anymore. It's just perfect and that's that, and you gotta live with that for the rest of your existence, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was saying. In the trouble, sometimes is joy. In that problem that you solve and improve from, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Something that you like get into. At first, it's hard. You can't do it. But as time goes on, you can. You get
Yeah.
better.
Mm-hmm.
You learn,
Mm-hmm.
right? And that's what gives life its meaning, joy, improving. You know, we were made in a way where we can learn and like get better both physically, spiritually, you know, how we can heal our spirits, you know,
Yeah,
through like
absolutely.
prayer and faith, how we can heal our bodies through medicine and lifting weights. Um, so like I was like, if I really had such a life, would that be what I want, or would I just be ungrateful once more? Like, and
Mm.
I was like, I was like, I spent time there talking to God. I don't know, nearly 2.5 hours. But one of the oddest things, and count me crazy, as I was standing there, I actually felt presence. Call me crazy. I saw something. I couldn't
Mm-hmm.
see anything with my eyes, but I could swear I saw something.
Mm-hmm.
I felt something. I looked up. I felt like I was looking at something, but I wasn't looking at anything. but at the same time I could see it. But it feels so weird and crazy.
No, that's literally it. That's the presence. You know what I mean? Like that. It.
Ah,
Like, there have been so many times where like I'm in prayer, not even so much in prayer. You know, it's still prayer technically, but like having those conversations. I'll be driving and just having a conversation with God, having a conversation with our Father, and I feel His presence. I feel peace. I feel joy. Just this wash of like calmness and peace.
and cleanness.
Yeah, absolutely. Um, and what's funny is that it usually happens when I'm just having a conversation with him, as opposed to prayer, like traditional prayer. And traditional prayer is good. Don't get me wrong. Um, it's good to have a prayer, quote unquote, prayer closet, because it like, yes, he is our Father, but he is also God. Um, and so there should still be that reverence that we have for our Creator. Um,
Sure.
Not so much that like when people say like the fear of God, you know what I mean? It's not so much, oh my gosh, I'm so scared. You know what I mean? It's that healthy reverence for someone who knows you more
Yeah.
intimately than anyone.
Anybody else?
Yeah, than
So it's like,
anyone.
yeah. So like what I understand is like you're trying to say that he is both our father and the God at the same time.
Yes,
So we have to give
absolutely.
him his glory as a God. We have to worship him as a God. But then we also have to treat him as our father. We have to have open book conversations with him.
Mm,
But then we also have to pray to him.
mm-hmm.
And that is both at the same time, giving him his glory and spending time with him. And both is necessary
Absolutely.
for good healthy relationship. Because like when it comes to a real father on earth, right? You treat him as a friend sometimes, you joke around, you play around with him.
Mm, mm-hmm.
When you're old enough, you drink with him.
Yeah,
But when it comes to serious stuff, when you ask him for advice, when he teaches you something,
yeah,
he's your dad,
yeah.
right?
That's such a
And
good
there's this difference
example,
between a
dude.
friend and friend.
Yeah, absolutely. Such a good example. Totally agree.
Thank you. It's not completely originally by me, but yeah, I took inspiration
Yeah,
for that one.
it makes sense. You know, it makes total sense.
Yep, and yeah, you made a great point there, and I love what you said. And both is necessary because in the end we will have to get to heaven.
Yeah.
We will have to get there, and then know how the entire judging process works. And it's not even about that. No, you know what? Never mind. It's not even about that. But just hear him tell you that you're a good child, that
Mm,
actually did right by him and appreciated his blessings, worship them as a god and talk to him as a father. That would be just so beautiful, wouldn't it?
yeah.
Just so hear him say that you did well,
Well
like
done, good and faithful servant. Yeah, absolutely.
yeah, like bro, that like that would be so great. And that's the ultimate goal, It's not even about like, oh, if I pay this much, I'm gonna be rich. No, see, you're already wrong there, brother. Don't be like that. No. But yeah, like my ultimate goal is just to be praised by him. I have
Mm.
that childish desire to be praised.
No, absolutely. I mean, like I do too. Don't get me wrong. Like especially when I was first saved, like um, something that like I thought about and it brought me to tears a lot was just the thought of like him telling me, "Well done, good and faithful servant." Like you did good, and hearing that from like especially going through all the stuff that I was going through at the time, like hearing that from the the person the only person that matters, and of course there's other people that you love, right? Like, but like this is like when push comes to shove, and I mean, because like human beings will, it doesn't matter who they are, human beings will always let you down. Like, and you could be like, it could be your mom, it can be your dad, like they've let you down some way, somehow, no matter how good of a parent they are, because they're human, they're flawed, they are not perfect. And so every single person in your life that's like just normal human is like they're gonna let you down one way or another, but God will never let you down. You know what I mean? Like, and there may be times where you feel like he has, but you don't know what he's actually working on behind the scenes. And if you
just can't see it.
Absolutely, yeah. And if you put your trust in him, like you will get to a point where you see his blessings. You know what I mean?
All good relationships are based on trust and love.
Absolutely.
And God is trust, and God is everything. God is everything that we know and we don't, because I mean he created it all, right? So you have to trust him, you gotta love him, and everything else just comes with, like nothing is a chore anymore. It's just something you love to do. Spending time with him, you love it. Your word, you love it. Church, woo, can't wait.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Somebody asks you about God outside, like you're chilling with your friends in a bar or a restaurant somewhere, and somebody starts talking about God, and you're like, oh, I know this, it's my time, bro.
Yeah.
And you're drunk, and you're like, actually, did you know? I love those type of things. Like, just give me a chance. But sometimes you do get that anxiety where you kind of have to get over it. Get over your own fear of like, oh, what if I say this, they might, and like, for me in my case, how I gave up that anxiety, that fear, was I just didn't care. I guess it sounds simple, and it is actually.
Yeah.
You just don't have to care. You just gotta be like, they won't like me. Yeah, who cares?
Yeah.
There's a chance that I might bring somebody to God.
Who
cares if they won't like me? If this is a success, they will more than like me. They will become my friend. And if not, we will both forget this in like a week or so. Maybe even less, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's logical thinking, but you know how devil be sometimes.
Yeah, and it's fear, and I still struggle with this. Like as an introvert, like I struggle with this a lot, especially in real life. But like when it's something that has helped allow me to be more bold, other than the Holy Spirit, right, is just like being bold on my VTubing platform, in like here, and I posted this on Twitter too. It's like Christian love, like, how people are just like, there's no hate like Christian love or whatever, and it's just like, oh my gosh, you don't even know like what you're talking about. Because here's the deal: if we truly believe in the gospel and we truly believe in Christianity, the most hateful thing that we can do as Christians is to not tell you about it. Because if we truly believe that there is only one way to the Father, that there is a God, two, that there's only one way to the Father, who is God, and that is Jesus, and there's no other way, and if we truly believe that, it would be hateful for us to not tell you. It would be like watching someone drowning in the ocean, and for us to tell you about, and which is like sin, right? And the inevitable death that comes after life. And then our life raft that we can throw to this person is the gospel, right? For us to choose to not share the gospel is for us to choose not to throw that life raft to that drowning person. And ultimately, it's their choice. They can choose to grab onto the raft or not. It's their choice, right? But we as Christians, like, we should throw the life raft out and give them that option. You know what I mean? Oh my goodness, hold on. I'm going to butcher your name. I apologize. Zed I'm not even gonna try. I'm so sorry. But hello, welcome to the Phantom Frequency. Thank you so much for the follow and the hydrate.
Actually, so what I want to say, expanding on the anxiety stuff, right? I got 2 points. The last one is kind of refined, so I'm just gonna start with this. Anxiety, like in general, right? To get over that, you have to get over anxiety in general. Like if you have anxiety talking to people about your faith, you're gonna have anxiety in so many other things. For example, talking to girls, which is one of the biggest factors in young man's life. it's like unavoidable, you know. Like one of your friends in the friend group gets a girlfriend, it's suddenly everything all the boys talk about. Like this girl. Yeah, like this girl. Like, wait, are you getting a girlfriend? Oh, look at me, I have a girlfriend.
Oh my goodness.
And it's like it consumes so much of your young life, worrying about girls, your reputation and stuff, and then anxiety creeps. And what if people don't like me? What if I'm not cool enough?
Yeah.
You know, and that's where all of it starts in your childhood.
Yeah.
So that's when you should try to kill it the most. But it is also understandable that it's hard.
Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
very hard. Like that fear of like when you wake up, oh man, I gotta go to school. No, please, something happened, please. I don't want to go to school. And like, it's so understandable because I spent like from 5th grade to 9th grade, I spent it entirely under a hoodie. Like, I was like invisible guy in the class, you know. Like I was just there. I was like an object, actually. I was like just a house plant. I would come in there, sit down, classes and leave. Bye bye. I'm not talking to any of you. And it was around when I left this country that I was like my first thought was like, why do I worry about it so much? My second thought, why do I want to be cool? My third thought was, who really cares? And my fourth thought, I don't think I had any fourth thoughts. That's the maximum I can get to 3 thoughts. That's my brain power limits there. But yeah, so from then on, I put on my jeans. I put on a bomber jacket, hoodie that I considered cool, a cool cap, and I said I was cool, and I was cool. That's about it. Being cool comes from confidence, and
I agree.
your anxiety is lack of confidence mostly. Uh, and you remember my Twitter post, one that you replied to about anxiety and fear, and how I said you need to overcome it?
Oh yes, yes.
Yep, that's exactly what I meant. At some point, at some degree, you have to stop caring.
Yeah.
You have to be selfish to the point where you can say, well, I like me, so who cares?
I get
And
that. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, but that's one thing that you have to don't. You can't go into another extreme from one to another, right?
Yeah.
You gotta have
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
balance. Because then you
Absolutely.
become completely selfish. You do some ridiculous things, and you think that everybody has to like you.
Yeah. Which
And
again
I
is
think it's
another
narcissism,
form
right?
of narcissism, which is another form of like lack of confidence and like insecurity.
Yep. Which is actually why I think proper psychologists or therapists are like really recommended in the situation to like steer you into the right direction. Because I mean, doing wrong is easier than doing right in everything that has ever been and will be. uh, there's a saying: it's easier to bring down the building than to build it up. And that goes to everything basically,
Right.
habits, your confidence, grades, your craft. It's easy to destroy things, and just don't destroy yourself. Be good to yourself.
Yeah.
We're we're made in the image of God,
Absolutely.
you know.
Amen. Yeah. Something that has helped though when it comes to stuff like that and gaining confidence is really like something that has helped me is like it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. What matters to me is like what does God think? Who does God say I am? You know what I mean? And so like that has helped me tremendously with just like my confidence and like I am a child of God, you know, like I don't doesn't matter what the devil tries to tell me or whisper into my ear, like I am a child of God, I'm his son, you know what I mean? I was washed by the blood of Christ. And that has helped me so much in terms of like getting over just like my past mistakes, my past sin, my past guilt and shame, because that has definitely haunted me for a while too. But yeah, like it confidence, I feel like when you have confidence in Christ, then you're at a good point where it's just like it really it does not matter what anyone else thinks. So
Exactly, and that's like another good thing to being a Christian, right?
yeah, absolutely.
Like when it comes to like money, housing, clothes, food, friends, lovers, confidence, Bible just touches it all.
Yeah.
It teaches you everything. A lot of people say like, "Oh, I wish there was a guidebook to life." There is.
Yeah, there is. Yeah.
No, you don't want it because you don't want to be guided. Really, you just want to do what you want, but in the
Yeah.
easy way. And that's one thing that I find interesting, because a lot of people say they deny God because, like, what kind of God would let people do this or that and that and that, right? Um, so you're an atheist, but you're still so mad about that one God. You know how many religions are on earth that right now? I can't even name the number. I think there are like
Hmm.
so many small
There's a lot.
religions, and there's like five big ones, right? Including Christianity, like Christianity, Islam, Buddhism, Hinduism, and Judaism. Wait, Judaism, being Jew. How do you say that?
Um. Yeah, I totally forgot. You saying
Judaism. There is
Judaism like
Judaism.
totally like threw me off. I was just like, what? Now I don't even
See,
remember
if you say a combination of it
Judaism.
sounds right. Yeah, Jewism.
Judaism has me so weak, dude. Oh my gosh.
So those are like five big religions, including Jewism. um, and all the atheists are
Hmm.
just so mad at Jesus for some reason all the time.
Yeah.
And like they never mention any other god. And I'm like, what did Jesus do to you, man? Like, what's your beef? Like, if you if you're beefing with the gods, that quote unquote exist because there's only one god, why do you not beef with like Sun Wukong for a reason?
Oh, oh
Like,
yeah, yeah,
go
yeah.
fight him. He's a fighter, you know. He loves fighting. Go fight Sun Wukong or like Buddha. He loves to be all eternal and I am so beyond everything, you know. Or
Mm.
go fight somebody in a Hinduism. There's like 9 of them, and I believe one of them is a cow. I think that would be easier opponent for your ego boost. I don't know, man. Just like,
Mm.
why so much anger towards Jesus if you're an atheist? And that just proves one thing: they're not an atheist. They're just mad at God because God is not what they want him to be,
Yeah, I
and
agree.
it's something that frustrates me.
Yeah, I mean, but here's also the thing is that they're literally spiritually blind. You know what I mean? Like
Yep.
they have the blinders on. They refuse to listen. They
And
refuse to
here, you know.
hear. Yeah, like it's we something that I've kind of have had to learn is that like I can't really blame them because they, I mean, in the sense of like they're literally blind. Like their blinders have not come off, and their fault is refusing to listen. But at the same time, it's also like, well, they can't. You know what I mean? Because they just don't. They choose not to, and that's their fault, right? It's ultimately their choice. But all the stuff that comes from that is like, well, they're spiritually blind. So that's and at that point it's just like, if they're so spiritually blind that they refuse to listen, they refuse to have an open mind, they refuse to be tolerant, then the most that you can do is really just pray for them.
Yep. Just pray that they see the light. You know, there's one thing, like, these spiritually blind people, they're always like, well, if God exists, why do I live like this? You know, why does this happen? Why does that happen? But tell me one thing that happens when you're blind and you try to walk around the world. You trip, you walk
Yeah.
into things,
Mm-hmm.
you hurt yourself. So if you say, if God exists, then why do I get into things? And I get into these things, which means that God doesn't exist. That's just stupid. You're
Yeah.
walking around blind.
Logically,
Of course
yeah.
it's gonna happen. Yeah, like, of course you're gonna trip on that because you cannot see that. Of course you're gonna bump into the tree. You cannot see it in your way. You're just trying to walk around with your hands up front, blind, you know? And like, car might hit you at some point.
Yeah.
Like, just like, they have to learn to not be so mad and so frustrated, and to some level obey, you know.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, like, perception about that. This, I'm gonna let you say what you want to say. I'm just gonna say this real quick. Perception of this, like, obeying God, or like kneeling to him or something, submitting to him, like, it feels kind of humiliating, right? Like, the world makes it seem like anything less than a king or anything less than a boss is bad, and you're so small and you're so weak that how can you not be at the top? And they said it's such a bad thing to just give in and let God rule your life, you know, like. And that's one of the things that devil does when he comes into world, that makes us deviate from God in a ways that we don't even imagine. For example, that, you know.
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, it's. I think it's just the rebellious nature that we have. We. A lot of times, these people don't want to follow a god or bow to a god because they're their own gods. They want to be their own god. They want to do what they want.
Yeah, like, they can deal with being less than a god.
And the thing about that is, they don't understand that, like, when it comes to submitting to God, they don't know what that means, in a sense of they don't know the freedom that it actually gives you, because, well, you know, the devil's deceived us, and it, when it comes to stuff like that, it's just like, it kind of saddens me, because people are just so mad and angry, and it's just like, yo, where is this anger, where is this hurt, where is this coming from? You know what I mean? It's,
Yeah.
if you just took the time to, like, be open and read the Bible, just read it. You don't have to believe, just read it. I guarantee you it'll change your life. Try God. This is what I tell people too. I'm just like, why don't you just try Jesus? What's the worst that'll happen? Nothing?
You know,
Like,
by the way.
Huh?
I'm gonna tweet that.
Oh yeah. Like literally, just try Jesus. Like if you truly believe that if you truly are an atheist and you don't believe in God, the worst that'll happen is nothing, right? So why not just try it? What do you have to lose? It's really your pride. Like that'd be a good thing. So yeah, I mean, people are just it's just prideful. It's just pride. I think that's a huge thing.
I mean, there's a reason why lust and pride are like the worst of sins. You know, like those two, especially together. Man. Now
Yeah.
you gotta work hard. Now
Yeah.
you gotta work hard. But I mean, through God, nothing is impossible. Come on, man.
Yeah,
Like
absolutely.
you cannot say you believe in God and you cannot overcome these. Like you gotta acknowledge that if you say you know Jesus and you cannot overcome your pride or lust, you gotta recognize that that's on you actually.
Yeah, I totally agree. 100%. Like I mean, addiction is a real thing, and I totally believe and I understand that God uses sometimes God won't free someone from something because there's a greater purpose, right? And I acknowledge that. But God will always work for your good. He'll always take what was what was intended for evil and turn it to good.
Hmm.
And when it comes to stuff like that, when people tell me and they come to me and they're just like, "Hey, like, how did how did you break free from lust? How did you do this? How did you do that? Like, how did you break free from your addiction?" And tell them tell them like, well, first of all, it's Jesus, right? If they're not a Christian, if they are a Christian, then I'm just like, okay, do you really want to quit? You know what I mean? Like, like I ask them that, and I'm just like, like, analyze yourself, look deep inside yourself, and think about it. Do you really want to quit? Are you willing to do whatever it takes to quit? Because I had to go through I had to do some stuff. You know what I mean? I had to put extreme like locks on my PC. I had to have an accountability partner. I had to, and all of these things, like I tried to quit 4 months prior to coming to Christ, and it was hard, dude. Like even with all of these like locks and these countermeasures, but it wasn't until I gave myself to Christ and I gave my life to Christ that those urges that I was feeling from the addiction just stopped. Like they just stopped. He just took it away from me. And I mean, don't get me wrong, temptation will always be there, but like the urges were gone, the addiction was gone. And so when people who are Christian who come to me and are like struggling with this, I'm just like, okay, like I'm willing to help you, but you got to ask yourself first and foremost, like,
Are you willing to help yourself?
yeah, are you willing to really, really give it up? Like God isn't going to just take it away from you if you ask him. You have to give it to him. You have to willingly give it to him. That's where your part comes in. You know what I mean? It's not enough just to ask him, like, Lord, please take this away from me. But if you're not going to willingly give it, he's not going to just take it from you. So.
Yep. That is a very good thing to say, because I think a lot of people like really don't realize that, and sometimes you gotta have to have that moment when you're like, maybe I'm the one sabotaging myself actually. Maybe it wasn't that girl, but me who was thinking about her, right? It's like, oh, she was wearing this and she was wearing that. I mean, yeah, she was, but couldn't you look the other way? Why did you
Yeah.
stare so long? Oh, but it popped up on the phone. Why didn't you turn it off?
Yeah.
But it was open on my Why didn't you turn it off?
Mm-hmm.
And like, first of all, why was it open? Okay. But like, yeah, man. Like, I don't think I have enough wisdom to actually expand on this. I'm still in the process of learning myself, because to be fair, at this moment I can barely help myself, let alone somebody else. But I'm trying my best to.
Fair enough. Yeah. I mean, like I was that was the same way. You know what I mean? And I'm still learning. You know, so I'm far from wise.
Yep. Wisdom also comes from God.
Mm-hmm. Amen.
So enough faith, enough time, and if there's a need, you will have it. But you will always have certain amount of spiritual wisdom that you will
Mm.
carry around with you through Holy Spirit. That's a given. Once you accept Jesus, you will have that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Through your own experiences, through your relationship with God or the Bible, it's gonna be there. But then again, if you ask God for wisdom, He will give it to you most likely. And if not, there's a better plan. Trust me.
Absolutely. 100%.
Yep. But I think we should wrap it up for today.
Yeah.
It is getting really late for me, and I do have to get up early tomorrow for the job.
Yeah. Absolutely. For
But
sure, man.
thank you
Thank
so
you.
much for being here. I really enjoyed talking to you. I've said
Likewise,
this
man.
many times, but I cannot say it enough. Talking with you is a pleasure. Like, like sharing thoughts with you is like such a fun thing, man. Like,
Oh, wow, I'm flattered. Thank you so much. Yeah, likewise. Like I love bouncing off like ideas and having conversation and stuff like that. So
yes, yes.
yeah.
And who knows, maybe our conversation will help somebody because I'm planning to clip the heck out of this stream.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely, man. Cool. Yeah,
But
thank you for your time, man. Appreciate it. And thanks for reaching out.
no problem. Thank you for agreeing. And even though I messed up with the timing, you still
Oh, no, no
no,
worries,
I mean
man. Yeah.
that one I messed up. Like, I thought I was cooking for real,
Yeah.
but things happen. I guess
Yeah.
I can never get the hang of those time things.
Yeah.
But once again, thank you so much. Also, everybody else who joined from either of our streams, thank you for watching. Thank you for sharing your ideas with us, joining conversation. It was real fun today, and I will see you all in the next one.
Bye, y'all. Have a good
And screen.
one.
And there we go.
Give me 1 second, y'all.
Wait, I'm gonna do it.
Okay, y'all. That was little talk show host by Gonrag. Give him a follow. Thank you all so much for joining. And I think I'm going to end stream for a little bit. I might be back and do a little bit of production, but I'm going to take a break for a little bit. I might be back, I'm not sure, but we'll see. But thank you all so much for tuning in. Remember, even in the darkest night, the light will draw us together. Come meet me in it. Stay blessed and much, much love. Bye.